Hey everyone. So if you're here and I'm live, I know this is not the right time, but hear me out, okay? Basically, I was looking at about my energy levels and what time it was, and I was like, if I have to wait another hour to start my Japanese lessons, I'm not going to be able to do them. And I decided that it was probably better if I did them. So we're doing them early. We're getting them done early so that we can get done and go on with our lives. Because for me, it is Friday night, and I am so ready for the weekend to be here. Because I'm so so tired. Okay. So, we're just gonna jump right into it because I'm gonna like speed run this stream. Okay. So we're gonna get started with Wanikani. As a reminder, we're using Wanikani and Marumori. And why are you not popping up? It's okay. I'll get it. I'll get it. There we go. See? Ta-da! Okay. Anyways, we're using Wanikani and Marumori. Now, these two websites are not the only uh, websites out there, and Wani. Well, actually, let's start with Marumori. Marumori is not free. You have to pay a monthly subscription, or you can buy the yearly or the lifetime, and it's not actually really cheap either. But um, my wife says that it is the best thing she has found for grammar, and it has already taught me a lot. So, like, I believe her because she has had college level classes where she's learned Japanese and of course she has tested tons and tons of these websites to see which ones are the best ones for us to use. So, Wanikani, on the other hand, is semi-free. So now, Wanikani is owned by Tofugu, okay? And Wanikani has an app which you can use for free on the phone, and it syncs the account's um, desktop version and the app over the phone. Awesome. It's also the best thing I've used for kanji. Um, Also awesome. And it's free up until about level 4, I think. Now, what does that mean? Well, as you can see, uh, I'm on level 2, and we're learning some kanji, which means that there's even more kanji for level 3 that I haven't learned yet. And obviously, I haven't learned a lot of these kanji on level 2. Uh, so, if to get to level 3, you need to pass 32 of the 35 kanji in level 2. Okay. Um, so there's 35 kanji in level 2. I don't know how many in 3, honestly. I can't remember. But, but, give it a try. It's free until you reach a certain level, and then maybe you'll decide, wow, this really is worth it, and, buy the subscription. I did. I thought it was worth it, so I have the subscription. But, like everybody's different, so maybe you find something else that you think works best. Now, if you are just learning the kana, which is the more like alphabet, um, the other writing system, because there's two of them for Japanese. That's hiragana and katakana. And honestly, Duolingo worked just fine for that. Like, unfortunately, with recent events and the huge push for AI, Duolingo has been found to be using AI for language learning, and that means that they have ended up mm, not great because AI is not that smart. In fact, okay, guys, I'm gonna totally break off on a tangent here. Okay, so the reason AI sucks is because it's not actually AI. It doesn't learn. All it does is regurgitate. That's all it fucking does. It's basically, it's not even an encyclopedia. That's like the worst part is, ChatGPT is, is just random shit that it fucking thinks up. It doesn't understand nuance or anything like that, okay? So almost all generative AI is stupid because it's not actually AI. It actually doesn't learn shit, okay? I am I'm very passionate about this because, well, you know, I'm AI, but also because um, it's giving AI a bad name. Um, because there is learning AI that we've been using for I want to say decades, and that's probably the case in medical fields and other things like that, data processing and so on and so forth. But that's not what is being used, and it's just a fucking imitation of actual artificial intelligence and learning. So, so generative AI sucks and it should just go fucking die, okay? But that's why Duolingo sucks as well, because they've been using generative AI, which doesn't know how to put a sentence together. And so, like, it's just wrong. So, you can use it for the alphabet though, because they don't need anything for that. It's just, hey, what is this word or what is this letter? Which I guess is more like a syllable. But point still is that that the alphabet on Duolingo is fine. Um, I wouldn't do anything else. Not only because of the AI, but because I have used Duolingo before the whole AI shit, and wasn't it doesn't teach. It just makes you memorize, basically. It wouldn't explain why anything was the way it was. It would just be like, hey, this is a sentence. Okay, now you make a sentence. And it's like, okay, but what are all these, like particles and shit or whatever they are? I don't fucking know, okay? Like, I don't know the words for sentences. Um, I just know the basic like noun and verb and adjective, okay? But hey, hi Ken. I'm doing good, except for I got off on this tangent with Duolingo and how crappy I think it is. So thanks for bringing me back. um, yeah, so Duolingo's fine for the alphabet, for kana, but you don't need it for anything else because it sucks. How are you doing, Ken? Ah, we're going to be doing the 15 lessons that they're giving us today. I hope it's more kanji. And then looks like we got a ton of reviews. Um, so let's get started, I guess. Fun stuff. Now remember, they only give me 5 lessons at a time and then ask me to do the thing. Um, okay, so these are blue, which means we're learning more radicals, and they are non-traditional radicals. Wanikani basically decides to name them different things so that we can remember them easier for the mnemonics that they give us, which is fine. If you want to learn the traditional ones, I don't know where you can find that, but I'm sure you'll find the information somewhere. So these are the first time we're looking at these radicals, and this is a bow. And it looks like a fancy composite bow. Well, what they have in the picture is not a composite bow, though. I mean, it does. It does look like a composite bow up here in the kanji, okay? Like, seriously? Am I blue again? Oh, I'm pink. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, up here in the kanji, it does, in fact, look like a composite bow, because that's what a composite bow looks like. But a composite bow is not this one. That's not a composite bow. Anyways, yeah, so ignore this picture because it's wrong. That's not a composite bow. Why? Why would they do that? Anyways, uh, you know what? Actually, I think I can just look up composite bow. I am, Ken. I am learning Japanese. Um, so I'm very early on, and I learned some a few years ago. Learned the kana, and then I learned a little bit of kanji. But life got crazy and I didn't stick with it. And now I'm doing it all over again. Yay! Okay. Vocabulary. Okay, so we know that this kanji right here is enter, and since we're ending it with a u sound, it means that we are doing the thing, which means uh, this is to enter. Yeah, I'm not hoping to actually master it. Just let me I'm living in Japan and I can't talk to anyone. Which isn't true, which isn't true. Okay, I know a few words and phrases, but that's pretty much it. And then I panic. And I just want to be able to be conversational or at least get my point across, which would be nice. Okay, so to enter or to go in. This vocab word has okurigana, which means that it has hiragana added on to a kanji. And I already explained that when it ends with a u sound, it means that it's a verb. So we are doing the thing. But, let's see. Yeah, they didn't teach us this. But, since this is using the kunyomi reading, which we didn't learn already, we gotta learn a mnemonic for it. Because remember, the onyomi reading, which is just the kanji, is new. So when you enter the room, what do? You say, hi. Oh, yeah, no, that works. So this is hairu. Okay. Hi, H-A-I, and then ru. Aw, thanks, Ken. Yeah. I'm trying. And I think I'm doing pretty well, honestly. I often get people who know a lot more than I do coming into the channel to help me out from time to time, and they teach me all sorts of cool things. So I can do my best because everybody else is cheering me on. And thank you for cheering me on too. Do you know Japanese? Okay, so yeah. Oh, well, it is. I do have us on the co-study or co-working tag. So if you want to study something else, you can do that, or you can study along with me. Whatever you want to do. Right now, radicals are parts of kanji, and it's teaching us some more complicated radicals as we learn more complicated kanji. It's pretty cool stuff. Um, and I personally like Wanikani because they give you mnemonics in order to help learn. And I think they're pretty spot on with almost everything they do. Like, yeah, this radical looks like a flag. If I see it, I'm going to think it's a flag. That's all I really need to know. Or how we just learned to enter. And in order to remember what to enter means, they, gave us that little story about what do you say when you enter a place? You say, hi. Okay. Okay, I got it now. Ah, okay. Yeah, awesome. Great. Uh, if if you like what you did today or you like what you see today, I do have a bunch of VODs, videos on demand, on my channel here on Twitch, with all the Japanese lessons that I've done so far. And when Twitch starts eating them, because it will, I have a YouTube channel with all my recordings. Yeah, that's what Twitch does. They go, you've been here long enough, now it throws it away into the void. Disappears forever. That'd be really cool, honestly. And then you'll come in here and you'll be like, look, I know all this stuff, RJ. And I'll be like, wow. Like, I'm so proud of you. And then you can teach me too. So, this is the radical for hair. And it does, in fact, look like somebody's hair. So, like, I can remember that. Uh, it's neat. It's neat. Oh, look. They show us that it'll be inside the kanji here. I know it's a lot of lines, so you might not be able to see it, but the hair part is, like, right here. Yeah, pink doesn't work on pink very well. Gotta change my color again. Let's see, we're gonna go with a dark purple now. So that's neat. Okay, okay. I already know what this one is because I know how to say this already. So this says, please give me, okay? And the reason I know what this is because I have to say this a lot if you want to be polite. So, the kanji in here is down, or below, or under. And after it, we've got the hiragana sai, so it's sai, okay? and we're gonna have to learn a new way to say down because we haven't been taught the way to say it. But here's the cool thing. Let's see. Their way to make you remember what this is you need to ask someone for something. So you look down, sigh, and say, please give me that thing. You're ashamed that you have to ask, but you still need it. Please, please give it to me. Oh, that sounds a little begging. So, yeah, right? Normally they're already down looking up when they're saying that sort of stuff, you know? I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Okay. So, the reading for down here is ku da, okay? And you might be able to see it in the words right here. The reason I know what this one is simply because kudasai is something you say a lot when you're trying to be polite because you're asking them, you know, will you please give me this thing? So like when you're ordering at a restaurant or something like that, you end with kudasai because it means this is the stuff I would like, please will you do it? Yeah. So that's why I knew what this one was. I hadn't actually seen it, but when I saw the words, please give me, you know, I was like, oh, I know what this is. And then, of course, I saw the sai part here, so then I figured out what the rest was. I'm very good at inferring things, but not necessarily actually understanding. So, it almost sounds like you're saying, could I? Could I? Yeah, actually it does. Okay. In other words, you should be able to know or be able to figure out how to say, please give me, even though it's down, so I guess you're looking down, but it's kudasai. Easy peasy. So we learned our 5. They're going to do the testing. This was the radical, and it's asking for the name, so this is a flag. Whoops. Very cool thing about Wanikani, which I'll show you in a second. This is to enter, or to go in. Yes, I know, I just said that. And this is a bow radical. Okay, so the super cool thing about Wanikani is that they have an internal phonetic translator. So you don't need to have any extra language packs on your phone or on the desktop, which is what I'm using right now. You just type in your normal keyboard, assuming it's English, and it will phonetically translate it to what kana you're trying to type. So this is the vocabulary reading. It's asking how we say this, and we say it ku da sai. And then we can hear him say it. Kudasai. Ooh, it goes up. Okay.
Kudasai.
Okay. Kudasai. Okay. This is the radical for hair. And we need to say this is please give me. Oh, right. Vocabulary for to enter is hi. And then we say the ru at the end. Hi ru.
Hairu.
Hi ru. Okay. Yep, we're gonna do another batch. So this is 5. It kind of looks like the number 5. I can see where they're going with this. See? Yeah, I could remember that. You got the 5 right here. Okay. Okay. Few extra ends that stick out here and there. Yeah, there's vocabulary. It's fun though. We get to learn all sorts of things that way. Okay, so this is entrance, and we already have the enter, so we know that. And then this is a mouth. That makes sense. So, I mean, what would you call the entrance of something if not kind of a mouth, right? Yeah, no. I mean, the mouth of a cave, the mouth of a tunnel. That's seriously what they call it. Okay, a mouth that you enter is an entrance. Got it. Okay, so this word is really two separate words put together to form one. So, the kanji for enter has ri attached to it, um, making it an okuragana. So that means that we're going to use the kunyomi reading, which we just learned as oh, they're giving us a different one. Okay. Mm, we're learning a different kunyomi reading. That's what it's saying. Okay. But we haven't learned this kunyomi reading because we learned a different one. Okay. So I guess all enter is in this one is E, as in I, but it sounds like E. So we got iri. Ooh, okay. The entrance you're going through is really eerie. It has cobwebs and creepy figures carved into it, and it gives you a really eerie feeling. Since iri uses kunyomi, you can guess that mouth will follow suit. You learn this reading with the vocabulary, but the ku in kuchi changes to guchi due to something called rendaku. Okay. Think of it as an eerie entrance to the Gucci store. Got it. Um, so it's Iri Gucci. Nice. Iri Gucci. Got it.
入り口入り口
Mhm, mhm. Uh, we're getting to learn the kanji now. This is the radical for sun, which is also the kanji for sun, which also means day. Yeah, that is a weird way to put it into phrases. but but it kind of works because if it's weird like that, you're more likely to remember it, you know? So, yeah, all we're learning now is the onyomi reading for the kanji for sun, which is the same as the radical for sun, but it also means day. There are so many onyomi for this kanji, but since the kanji is so important and common, you'll end up learning them all eventually, whether you want to or not. Oh shit. For now, you're only going to have to learn one of the readings, and that one is, ni ra? Is that right? Nichi. Okay, right. Nichi. Okay. The sun is so hot. It focused its rays to take out one man, and that man is Friedrich Nietzsche. Famous philosopher. He philosophized. I can't even read English. We're just gonna pretend I know that word. One too many things about the sun, so the sun decided it was time he paid. This reading will be easier to remember if you know that Friedrich Nietzsche. Know of Friedrich Nietzsche, yeah. So do your research and learn about him if you don't. No, we don't want to do that. Okay, he's a pretty historical dude. Imagine the sun totally pissed off too. It makes a grunting noise as it builds up a sunbeam to blast him off the face of the earth. Also note that there's another reading worth learning as well. Uh, Ji-su. The reading can be remembered by thinking, gee, 2 readings? Because seriously, 2 readings? Too many. Okay, so we got Nichi and Ji-su. Okay. Ah, vocabulary. Okay, so this is mountain, and we already know it's the radical for mountain and the kanji for mountain. We've already learned all that. Um, so this is a mountain still. Um, we haven't learned the kunyomi reading. So what are you what are you doing going up into the mountains? You're hunting for yams. Ah, okay. Go ahead, imagine yourself doing just that, climbing up the mountain. It's hard work, and then digging in the ground with your hands, then pulling up that sweet, delicious yam. So it's yama is actually how you would say it, because we got 2 hiragana over here. Yama. Okay. Because the kanji for mountain is just san. Heaven. Oh. Remember the guy from the big radical? This is him again, but this time he's so big his head is touching heaven. He's looking up and his arms stretched open toward heaven. Okay. Heaven. Okay. Asking for vocabulary first. So, iriguchi. Iriguchi. Which means entrance.
Iriguchi.
Iriguchi. Oh, you know Heaven from Street Fighter? That's really cool. Do they use the kanji often in that one? I've honestly... Jeez Louise. Last time I played Street Fighter was forever ago. Wow, blast from the past. Oh, right, his shirt that he's wearing. Right. Hey, Plague. Finally what? What are we finaling? Oh, you were chat. Oh, no. That happened on Mantis's stream the other day to Scum. You weren't allowed to talk, I guess. So we just went over this one. It's entrance, and it's iriguchi. This is the sun reading, and they told us to think of Frederick Nietzsche. Nietzsche. I mean, technically he's got a Z in his name, so it's Nietzsche, but whatever. We don't need to know that. We also know that it has the reading Ji-tsu, but we're not using that one right now. And this means sun or day. This is 5. You can also type in 5, and we just learned this one as heaven. Vocabulary, right, mountain, because it's still a mountain. It doesn't change. It's always a mountain. But we did learn a new way to say it, and that's Yama. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, sorry. My closed captions just suddenly stopped working, which is not a good sign, and I don't know why. But it looks like my microphone's still going, and everything else seems to be working fine. So I don't know. Oh, yeah, yeah. Technical difficulty does happen. But it's just weird that so I've got a program that I added because Twitch's closed captioning system not real great. And honestly, even this one not great for for learning Japanese. But I like the idea of having the accessibility for people, especially since it takes me nothing, to use it. But for some reason it just stopped. It's not working anymore. Um, which sucks. Oh, oh, here we are. It just came back online. Yay. Okay, so this is a hand. Uh, okay. If you look at the palm of your right hand, the lines in it probably look kind of like the lines in hand. Sure, it's not a perfect match, and everyone's got different hands, but basically this radical... Oh, mine doesn't look anything like that. But it's fine. It's fine. Do your guys' hand lines look like this? Yeah, yours doesn't either. Okay. Hmm. I think the only thing they've got right is the top and the middle for me. But everything else doesn't. Nope. um, you could also think of the horizontal lines as fingers, but that's a really alien looking hand. Yeah? Excuse me. Okay. This is the radical for writing. Looks like a stool with a lid on it, but it's actually a desk for writing. Do you see it? You can even see the pen sticking up in the middle. Think of all the beautiful writing that's been produced here. Letters, novels, essays, any kind of writing you can think of. It's a nice one. That's a writing one. Okay. Yeah, but, hmm. Well, now I'm curious, okay? Because actually, yeah, I am feeling sleepy. um, Actually, I see this kanji all over the place, and I don't know what it means. I mean, it says writing here, but maybe it's got another meaning or something like that because they they have them all over the telephone poles. Uh, but like that wouldn't make sense to have just a big kanji saying writing on the telephone pole, right? Okay, so this is tree. It looks like the radical tree, as you can see down here. We've already learned that one. So we're just learning the kanji for it. I don't think so. Oh, but maybe it has like contact information. Like if you need to contact the power company or something like that, because a line goes down or something. Yeah, but probably not exactly a phone book, but yes, similar. I'm thinking because I know it's not the kanji for book. It literally was that one we just saw. Yeah, if people use phone books nowadays. So maybe that's what it is it's saying, "Hey, information here." Yeah, especially in Japan, like having a cell phone, like you can't you can't do anything without a cell phone here. Okay, so besides tree, this also means wood. Yep. Okay. You're walking through the trees and you're looking at them. They look ominous. Suddenly, you trip and fall. The trees Sorry, I read ahead. That's what I do. Yeah, this kanji stands for tree and wood. The trees start to mock you. Mock you. Even the mockingbirds mock you. It's terrible. It's painful. You're being mocked as you pull yourself up off the ground. And in fact, it is uh, moku. 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 Yep. Moku. And the other one is baku, I think. Feel the shame, feel the irritation, make yourself want to run away from those dumb trees that are mocking you. Yeah, right? It's cool. I praise Wanikani all the time because I think that it's really well done. Like okay. So okay. Yeah, because they come up with all these little fun stories that really stick out. Evil plants. Evil trees. Okay, okay. So this is Mount Fuji. Uh, just look at the word. What do you think it means? That's right. It's a name, Fuji, plus the kanji for mountain. Put those together and you have Mount Fuji. In English, the mountain part comes first. In Japanese, it comes at the end, sort of like the name ender, san or chan, and so on. You can add mountain to the end of any mountain's name too, not just Mount Fuji. Honestly, I don't know of any other Japanese mountains. I know of ones in the US. But you got Fuji, and then we've got a mountain, so it's Mount Fuji. Okay. And this is cool. This is cool, okay? Because we just learned that mountain in vocabulary is Yama. But when it's a name, they give us back the uh, Anyomi reading instead, which was san. So it's Fuji-san. Because it's a name. That's so cool. So you want to be Plague-san? You know what? You could be a mountain and Plague. And Plague Mountain. Which one am I saying when I say Plague-san? Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So I guess this is treated like a jukugo word, which is a combo kanji word. Kind of like entrance. Um, and in the case of jukugo, you usually use the onyomi reading. Okay. Oh, ooh. Okay, okay. This is a more complicated one. So this is the moon radical. Uh, they said it's a crescent moon with some clouds floating by. Nope, I don't see it. I mean, I can see what they're trying to say, but no, I don't buy that. That doesn't look like a moon. It doesn't look like a moon. No. Okay. But we learned what sun was. So if it just is open all up here, it's the moon. Hold on, that sounds funny. Because we did just learn, you know, what... Let's see. Let's see if I can draw it. Boop. Yeah, something like that, okay? Kind of like that. That's my Among Us moon, sun, okay? I tried, guys, okay? um, so, so as you can see, this part is similar to my weird sun, okay? The difference is that the legs are longer on the moon, okay? And yes, exactly. It's our Among Us sun. So that might be easier to remember moon by, because it's kind of like a curved sun. You know what? Actually, that makes a lot of sense. You guys, what does the moon do? It bounces the sun's light back at us. That's the only reason that we can see the moon, is because the sun's light goes around the Earth and bounces back off of the moon because it's so fucking white. Um, so like, so like, yeah, it's a sun with a curve because it bounces it back. Guys, I made a mnemonic. Yeah. Yeah, moon and sun, the same but different. Still together but far away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Perfect. I have become the teacher. Okay, so this is writing. I'll have to I'll have to ask why all those telephone poles have this on there. I'll even take a picture and show you guys for next time. Um So this was tree or wood, and they're asking for the kanji reading, which is mo ku, because they mock us. We're not going to look at the other possible readings because they were difficult. And we know this means tree because it's exactly like the radical for tree. This is a hand, very fucked up hand. And this is the moon. Yeah, you think so? To know kanji is easier to write Japanese. And this is Mount Fuji. And we read it as Fuji-san. Oh, one more thing I should mention. When you're doing the phonetic alphabet, in order to get an N, you press the N key twice. Because otherwise they think you're trying to say like ni or no or anything else like that. So when you want just an N, you hit the N twice. Okay, now we're gonna do a shit ton of reviews. Plague, you ready for some reviews? Ken, you ready for these reviews? You're gonna learn a lot. 45 reviews, guys. uh yeah, but I think what they are trying to teach you first is how to read the kanji and then how to use it in vocabulary. Because they want you to recognize what it is first and then how to use it. So we'll get there. We'll get there. And as you can see, we do have some vocabulary readings because we've already learned some of the kanji already. So this is the kanji for 9. And um, it is Q. And we put an extra U on the end to draw out the U already there. So it's Q. and we can listen to it. Q. And that's 9. This means 3 things. So this is all stuff that we've gone over before. These are the reviews. They come up. Uh-oh. They come up 3 different times, basically, with how often I've gotten them right. If I get them wrong, they'll show up more often, and if I get them right, they'll show up less often. So, this is 3 things, because the first one is 3, and the second part just indicates things. This is big, as in talking about something. It's big. We'll get to the reading in a minute. Yes, we know it has multiple meanings because it can also be large. This kanji is 6, and 6 is roku. We already went over this one's 9. This is the radical sword, and it kind of looks like the guard of a handle, you know. You got your... You know what? I'm gonna look up what the fuck that's called, because I'm pretty sure it's called a cuirass. Which sounds funny when I say that. Handle for sword. Cuirass. Oh, okay. No, that's just a type of a sword. It's cutlass handle. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So I am thinking, sorry. We're going on this tangent here, okay? This is exactly what I was thinking of. This part right here, which is, bunch of brass, wiring, basically, to... Yeah, okay. Cool. Okay. I thought that that's what the sword itself, or the part itself, was called, but I guess not. I guess they were, specifically a type of French cavalry. Interesting. Anyways, we don't need to know all that stuff. The point is that's what I think of when I see this, is that it looks like that brass plating on a sword. This is a street, right? Street. Wasn't it French? Did I say something wrong? These are legs for the radical. We just went over this. This is 6. And this is big or large. And we read it as O, and then the key and an extra I. So it's oki. Oki. Yeah. Why not, Plague? Yeah. So you're learning how to read and also how to say it, but I love the pronunciation part because then you can hear it. like if you watch anime or play games where you can hear Japanese voice actors, saying the things, you can hear them talking and go, I know what that word means. I know what that sentence means. So, oki is large. This is a person. And to read just the person symbol, No, not the kanji reading. They want the vocabulary reading. The vocabulary, guys, which is hito. That's also really cool about Wanikani, is since they teach you how to read the kanji, how to read the vocabulary, and all that sort of stuff. Um, you watch anime, but you can't even remember how to pronounce it. No, no, I mean, that's fair, but once you start learning this stuff, like, it's really neat because it'll start sticking out. Uh, so Wanikani will go, "Uh-oh, you gave us the kanji reading." And I'm like, "Oh, right, you want the other one." The other one is hito, and that means person.
人
Hito.
人
He sounds like he's saying Kito, honestly, but it's not. He's just saying a really hard H.
人
Hito. This is 10, and 10 is Ju. 9 was Q, and this one is the same, just with a J, so it's Ju.
10
Ju. Ooh. Dirt? Fuck. What is this one? Yeah, I got it wrong again. Oh, right, it's the stupid narwhal. Fuck me. It's a narwhal, guys. We should listen to the narwhal song as punishment. So we already covered this. This is 3 things. And the way they had us remember what 3 things were was me, myself, and I. So me, Sue. You get the small one by hitting the first letter twice. So we got Mitsu.
3つ
Mitsu. And it means 3 things. Population, right. Because we got people with mouths. And the people with mouths that you have to feed, that's the population. It gets easier. It really does. Honestly, it really does. Especially since you can do it phonetically. But if you're worried about that, you can always download a language pack. A lot of them, I would say probably all of them, should be free. If you have Microsoft or Android, on your phone or whatever the case is, the language packs are free. And I don't know about iPhones and Apples and stuff because I've never owned one. But I know Microsoft does free language packs. So you just look up Japanese language pack and it'll give it to you. Oh, I love the cutie who's spinning. This is a person. This is 10. This is 2 things. And we have futatsu. Futatsu. More spinning? Plague. I need to know who the cuties are who are spinning. Oh, is the dark hair one that you made those posters for?
2つ
Futatsu. Um, this one is dirt. Why will I never remember the narwhal and dirt? They're dirt. I recognized her. Yeah. I don't know who the blonde is, but the dark-haired one, I recognized her. Two things. This is mouth. This is mouth, and the vocabulary reading is kuchi, and I love it because it's so wrong. Kuchi. I can't make that not sound terrible. So population. We read this as Jin Ko. Because you know, I don't have a real good one, but they wanted us to remember the genes that you have has to do with your population. Okay, Plague. Good night. I think it's good night time, right? Maybe. Maybe not. But have fun. Yeah, but other genes like pants. So, the way you say mouth for the kanji is ko. And so this one, they have you say the two kanji, which is jin and ko, which there were a pair of pants that were very famous in the late 90s and early 2000s called jinkos. Um, so that's how I remember it, because these are jinkos. Ah! I lied. Oh, it's because I didn't add the extra U. No, guys, we good, okay? See, I was right. I just didn't add the extra U. Which still means that they're gonna mark me wrong, but I was like, so yeah, exactly. I was like so confident. I'm like, yeah, I know this answer. Here's how I know it. This is the stupid narwhal that I always forget. It's gonna come back up, and then I'll get it right that time with the extra U to make the call go out a little longer. So this means, this is vocabulary, and this means full power. Yes, I know it has multiple meanings. We're gonna look at them. So it also means with all one's strength, or as hard as one can. Full power is just way easier to remember. So it means full power. This is below or under or down. Lots of meanings like that. And we read this one as okay, wait. I know what the kanji is. It's ka. Are they gonna just let me do that still? Nope. Not the kanji reading. Okay. So down. Oh crap. Hold on. I will figure this out. Okay, I don't think it's sa, but we're gonna... Yeah, I need to know what the right one is. What is it? Oh, right, it's the shit. I'm not kidding, okay? It's shita. That's how you say it, shita. And they're like, you stepped on something and it's the worst thing possible. It's shita. It's shita. You stepped on shita. Right. We stepped in poop. See? Shita. Ah, damn it. Let's see. This is great, but we're doing the reading. So it is tai shi ta. And it means somebody who's like important or great in that sense. It uses the kanji big at the beginning, and then it uses the hiragana shi and ta as well. So it's a taishita. And they tell you to remember it because you wear a tie to an important event.
大した
Taishita. This is 8. And we read 8 as ha-chi.
8
And 8 things is ya-tsu. Can you name 8 things? And there you say ya-tsu.
8つ
Yatsu. Right. I just went over this. It's important or great. I'm just gonna say great. Considerable, important, or a big deal. This is one person or alone, so I just put one person in. You can also say alone. And this is mouth. And this is power. Right. It also means strength or ability. So it could be power, strength, or ability. So stupid Shita one. Shita. Because you stepped in shit.
下
Here's a fun one, okay? Because it looks super crazy. But it only has one kanji in it. And that's power. All this stuff is hiragana. And once you learn what those sounds mean, it makes it a lot easier to recognize what this is. So, to say power or strength or ability, it's chi, ka, ra, and then you just add in all the other words. So it's I, pai, chikara ippai.
力いっぱい
There we go.
力いっぱい
Yeah. This means 8 things. Remember, we're just breaking down the word. We got the number 8 here, and this just means things. So, 8 things. And we just went over this. This is power, and that was chikara.
力
Chikara. One person is a little different because although it uses the kanji for one and the kanji for person, we don't actually use either of those sounds. And I don't know why. I just know that that's what they do. So, one person is hitori. One person. Hitori.
1人
And this is population, and I did have it right. I just forgot an extra U to elongate that O sound. So it's jinko.
人口
Yeah. This is one thing. And this is 2 people. Are you seeing the similarities between some of these? Like, since we're learning things and people, you can break it down and figure out what each of these are. Like, this is 2, and that's a people. So, pretty cool, right? Oh, right. You can also mean a pair, a couple, or two persons. Yes, I am here to teach. Why do the people part look like a butt? You know what? I like that. I like that idea. Uh, I don't know. They didn't really explain why people looks like this. It's just what we've been taught since the very beginning. What do you mean? What do I mean? I mean, I like the idea that that looks like a butt, okay? I like butts, okay? So, like, give me some butts. And now, when I think about people, I'm just gonna be thinking about asses all day. Not sus, not sus. Exactly what you think. Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, now, thank you for that. From now on, I'm gonna be like, it means three butts. And would you look at that? We got three butts here. So we gotta read this one. You have given me thoughts. That's what you have done. And by that I mean THOT, hose. Let's see. So the mnemonic they gave us for this is that because Nintendo has so many people in it, they have to have three people pretend to be Santa Claus for Nintendo. San, Nin. Yeah, but I think you might get in trouble for asking why it looks like. Yeah, kinda. I mean, it's not how you say Nintendo, but they give you a little story. Remember, like, the trees mocking us? So they said, hey, Nintendo has a lot of people working for it. So when Christmas time comes around, they have three different people. Uh, three people is this. Dress up as Santa. So we got San, Nin.
3人
And that means three people. Ooh, right. No, not Sanji. San Nin. Hmm. What does Sanji mean? Oh, right. Right. No, that's Genji. Hmm. Yeah, but another N. I'm gonna write it out for you. And that means three people. This is a radical. And so the radical, they have us, it's a head. Um, this kanji, I'm sure you have recognized this one by now, means things. So that means right before it is probably a number, and that number is actually 7. And as you can see, it kind of looks like an upside down 7. So, yeah, it is better than the green owl. So this means 7 things. So their mnemonic was, what do you have 7 of? You have 7 nas. Like grandmas. I guess they call them nanas. Nanas, you know? And so it's nanatsu. That's how you say the last part. See?
7つ
Nanatsu. This is 2 people. And for this one, it also doesn't use the same numbers as we've learned before. This one is futari. Futari.
二人
This is 9 things. And for this one, you have 9. Yeah, actually, pretty close. Yeah, futari. You're not far off. And you can in fact make up a mnemonic for that. So 9 things is not real coconuts. So it's coconutsu. See, they're cocoa no. Not cocoa nuts. Cocoa no knots.
9つ
Kokonotsu. One thing. Ah. Hitotsu. It's using the same number 1 that we learned for person. And this is the only time I think we use number 1 like this, because normally 1 is not hito, but we're using it here. So it's hitotsu.
一つ
This means to lift something. So I'm going to break this down for you too, because we've learned this. This is the kanji here, and this right here is just hiragana added onto it. This last part is ru, so ru. And since it ends with a u, that means it's a verb. You're doing something. You're doing something to the kanji. The kanji means up or above. So we are to lift something. To raise something or to increase something. And we say that with right, we say ageru, to lift it up.
上げる
Ageru. Ichigo. Actually, Ichigo means strawberry. So keep that in your head. I assume you thought of the name because of Bleach, right? It does. It does mean strawberry. Yes. It also means firstborn son, but that's literally what you call a strawberry. Strawberry is Ichigo. But as a name, it means firstborn son, honestly. This is 1,000. This is 2. Yeah, so that's how I remembered it, because long ago I watched Bleach, and I found out that Ichigo means strawberry. And while they only slightly touch on it in the English dub, in the Japanese dub, they make fun of him quite often because his name is Ichigo and he's a redhead. Kinda. So yeah, so it's funny because when I learned that, I was like, oh, well, that's gonna be easy to remember. Strawberry, Ichigo. 3 people. right, these radicals. Okay, so this is treasure, because X marks the spot. Uh-oh. Ah, right. I remember this one now. This kanji means talent. And they told us a story about how you're putting barbs at the end of a slide and you jump over them. And everybody says that you must be a cyborg to be able to do that. So it's Sai. S-A-I. 9 things. Talent. Big or large. Oh shit. This is size. I did it wrong. Yeah, okay, so this one's size, and I got it wrong because this last letter here. This last letter here is not the I thought it was. It is say. Yeah, I messed up. This radical is a child. This is onna. Which means woman.
女
This is 2, which is just ni.
に
This means circle or ball. Maybe it's not a ball. Round. Circle or round. Yeah, circle, circular, or round. This is water. You'll see this one a lot. I mean, at least in Japan, because every manhole cover has has the symbol on it. It's water. And then on top of that, they've got vending machines everywhere. Okay, let's try this again. This is o ki sa, which means size, not big. Yes, Mizu, you know that one. Yeah.
大きさ
See, you know Japanese. And you recognize some other symbols. You're learning already. This is a big person, which means an adult. And the way we say it is o to na. Yeah.
大人
Otona. This one is maru. That's how you say circle. Because you learned water. Well, I mean, water actually is super important to us. So, like, if you got that word down and a few others, you can survive anywhere, right? Since this is a big person, this is adult. We already talked about that. It also can mean mature, but adult's just super easy to remember. So, and we said this was woman. And we know this is 3, and this is 7. This radical is evening. Honestly, I know there are a lot of people who are like, don't learn Japanese from anime. And what they mean to say is don't learn Japanese strictly from anime. Because honestly, if you like doing something, you're gonna do it a lot more and be ready to do it a lot more because it is fun. So, like, I play a lot of visual novels, and a lot of them are in Japanese. And I like listening to what they have to say and figuring out what they're saying based off of that. Uh, so sure, I have it translated and localized into English, but it's going to be the same sort of idea. So if they are talking about food, I can almost guarantee you what each of the food items are called in Japanese because that's what they're saying. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's not like knowledgeable to know unless you're a baby with good mimicking learning ability. Yeah, actually. Um, so you can pick up some things from anime, just like I could pick up some things from my visual novels. Um, it's not going to help me have a conversation, or be able to communicate certain things, but like how you knew Mizu was water, that is going to help you out when you're asking somebody for the water. And we just learned kudasai through tonight. So now you know how to say mizu kudasai, which means water, please. Easy. One step closer to being able to survive in Japan. Looks like I have 7 more to do. We're gonna get this done. We're gonna get through this. Okay. This is 3, and it's san. And this is 1, which is ichi. This is to lower something, and it's sa, ge, ru. Not with an N. I wish. I wish I could be all like, wait, didn't like G.I. Joe also say that? Like, the more you know. Go Joe. Not Gojo, as in from JJK, but but G.I. Joe used to say that. The cartoon, they used to say, Go Joe. G.I. Joe. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So this means size. Yeah, I know, I got it wrong the first time. And this means above. Yes, or up or over. And this means to lower something. To hang something. Man, time flies by fast when you get older. It really does. But do you know why? There's actually a scientific reason for this. Let's see. Up. The vocabulary for up. Alright, it's ue. No, what is it? A, not E. Right. Okay, so I put the wrong letter in. Ue. Well, that's fine. That's fine. It's 1. Small. I did want to say, there's an actual reason for why time flies when you get older, and it's because you're not engaging your brain, honestly. So, if you think about it, as a kid, almost all the experiences you're having are new, and and you're learning a lot of things. You're forming neural pathways to learn language or balance or anything along those lines, and that goes until your early-ish 20s. I mean, for the most part, um, because you're gonna have first-time experiences way up until about mid-20s. Yeah, we'll say mid-20s, okay? And so everything you do takes more time or at least it feels that way because you're constantly engaged in doing something. Uh, Whatever it is that you're learning at that time or growing or doing whatever, it's engaging, keeps you aware of the present. That's why TV is constantly thought of as a bad thing, but not mm, but TV itself is the bad thing, not actually electronics, because TV is a passive uh, form of entertainment. You're doing nothing. You're just sitting there and watching something. So, video games, on the other hand, you're interacting with it, which makes it not a passive entertainment, which means that you're learning stuff from it, which means yada yada. Well, point is that after about your mid 20s, your experiences aren't new anymore. You've had most experiences that you're ever going to have. Sure, there are a few things out there like having a kid or buying a house or whatever the case is. But the point is that you basically start mm, living a more passive life because you're not experiencing new things. And that so if you want to make time feel like it's full and really be able to stay in a moment or something along those lines, you gotta do something that's engaging, like reading a book, for instance, okay? Because because when you read, you're using your imagination. On top of that, you're deciphering words, yada yada. That's what your brain does when you read. Um, but a lot of people don't read, and it's not because they can't. It's simply just because they don't. We get forced to read so much in school that we just go, nope, I'm an adult now. I don't have to read anymore. Good thing we got a lot of people who like reading, so those people should keep doing what they're doing. Sorry, I'm looking down because I lost one of my shoes. but but yeah, that's why time seems to fly by when you're older, is because you're less engaged, you're experiencing things not for the first time. So yeah, 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 exactly. So like uh learning a new skill is another way to get time to slow down, um, because you're engaging your brain and making you really feel every single moment. So it's cool. It's cool. And then I get to do things like this where I'm learning a new language and it's like, ah, yeah, this is excruciating. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's not bad. But like I can really feel the time I put into learning the language because I have to think a lot. um but it's cool. It's cool. I like it. Which is another reason why they say, you're never too old to go to like college or learn something new or anything like that because you're not. And it's actually better for your health if you do. Right. So this is u a, not ui. Ue.
上
Yeah. Yeah, you think so? You, yeah, who said old dogs can't learn new tricks? But moments like these really makes you want to turn back time sometimes. I can see that. Because then you go, oh, what did I do with my life? Why didn't I do this stuff, 5 years ago or whatever the case is? And and you gotta be kind to yourself though, because there's no point in beating yourself up for getting through everything you've ever got through life. I mean, there really isn't, because now you're here. And here is better than wherever you were. Hopefully, at least. But you can always make it better, too. Let's see, this is 7. And they wanted to teach us Nana, I think. Yeah.
Nana.
Yay! No, why do we have 10 more reviews? We're gonna do 10 more reviews. Okay. Doing a million reviews today. Woman. 3. San. This one is Jo. Because it's the kanji for woman, rather than the vocabulary for woman, which was ona. Big mouth person. Ni. 8, 7, 2, power. Tai. Chi. So to say the kanji for 7, you can say nana, which is what they use often when talking about things, because shi also means death. And we don't like saying things that sound like death. So while the kanji for 7 is shichi, they teach you to say 7 as nana because they don't want you to say, you know, death. Which, by the way, chi is blood. So, yeah, this is death and blood. Interesting, right? Nin. No, it's just Nana. But you can also say it as Shichi. 4 also has 2 different ways to say it. And it's because it sounds like something else as well. I don't know why they kept the other one then. Why didn't they just move it to always calling it, you know, the one that doesn't sound like death? I don't know. But they have 2 different ways to say it. Ko. Hachi. Diki, right. 1. And ichi. There we go. Done. Okay, I should only have, 5 reviews on Marumori. So we're gonna do that. 10 reviews? Fuck you. No, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do 10 reviews. So Marumori is this website. This one is not free. This one requires a subscription to use. However, it's supposed to be very, very good for grammar, okay? And it has taught me some vocabulary as already. But as you can see, it has taught me 0 kanji. But that's not what this site is for. This site is for grammar and vocabulary. So I've got 10 reviews to do on here, which are things that we've learned before, and they should be just vocabulary stuff. And I'm gonna do it real quick. Yeah, unfortunately it's not a free site. Wanikani though is free up to level 4, which I'm not at level 4 yet. But but it is a free site, and like really should look into it. It's fun. So we're gonna do these 10 reviews because they should be pretty easy. They're just words that I suck at and had to drill into my head. Ano means that or those.
あの
Ano. Naze means how or why.
なぜ
Domo means thank you.
どうも
Domo. Sugu. Hold on. I will remember this in a second. Sugu. This is the problem, is that... Right. Sugu means like immediately, like right now.
すぐ
Yeah. Mata. Let's see. Mata means again? Ja means again, right? Mata means again. Okay, mata means again.
また
And that's because you say it when you're saying like good night or goodbye. Because oh, excuse me, I blew right into the microphone there. Sayonara, that a lot of people know means goodbye, actually means like big goodbye. So like forever goodbye. Like, so it's not something people say often, because if somebody says sayonara to you, they mean I expect to never see you again. So that's not something that gets used very often. However, instead, when people say goodbye, like expecting to see you at work or at school or, just some other time in the future, they'll say something hold on, I'm probably gonna get this wrong, but you hear a lot of those in movies and shows, but it puts a lot of context in now, right? Because whenever you hear it, it's always a big final goodbye, you know? That's what sayonara means. So what people more often say is something like jane, which means kind of like see you later. It's a very casual way of saying it. You could say jane mata, which means basically see you again. So yeah, mata gets used a lot when you talk to people and you mean to say like goodbye until again. Otsuri is change, as in money, like they give you your change.
お釣り
Otsuri. And here you go. This is Ichigo. You know what Ichigo means, right?
いちご
What happened in the beginning of 2025? Okay, so this one is Suru, which is your to-do list.
する
Without a fucking hyphen. Without a fucking hyphen. Because apparently the hyphen makes it wrong. Oh my god. You know what? To do. Not a to-do list. It's to do something.
する
Fuck me. Yasashi means easy. Oh yeah, no, you're right. I did. I've been hearing about all of that. So yeah, no, I got it. Yeah.
優しい
I was so surprised about the most recent one. Um, because like all that money. Like so surprised. Dozo means uh like kindly will you or please will you or
どうぞ
um things like that. Like it says I beg of you, but that's not exactly what you're saying. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with this stuff today. We done today. We we are kicking off the weekend saying I did well. Excuse me, yawning, sleeping, very tired over here. I look fucking insane as I'm drinking my water. That's great. um, but that's it for me. I'm headed out for tonight. Yeah, sleepy time. Uh, gonna take my bath and go to bed. Thanks for stopping by, everyone who did today. And we'll practice a little more next week when we do our lessons again. Thanks for coming by, Ken. And you have a good rest of your night too. I don't know where you are in the world, so you might have a whole day ahead of you, and that's pretty cool. Just know that I've lived through Friday, and it's worked out quite well today. So it's gonna be a good day. Trust on that. um, and if you ever want to check out when my schedules are for other Japanese lessons, I do it 3 times a week, and you can find that down in my schedules, which are down there somewhere down there. I don't know. You gotta click on it. Good night, everyone.